Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing one of my also very favorite videos to share with you guys, and that is my most anticipated releases of 2020. Of course, this list can change and flex as the year moves on and more books are announced. Some of the ones that I am most excited about don't even have a cover yet. Also, I have my computer in front of me so I can give you like a brief little synopsis of each book. I have 21 books to talk to you about. Also, I wanted to say that Taylor Jenkins Reid, there is a book in here for her. No release date yet, no cover. It's called Malibu Burning. So just know, like ahead of schedule, that whenever it releases, I'm really looking forward to it. I will be pre-ordering it and I will be reading it. So other than that, I'm gonna start with January and just go January through December. This is not an exhaustive list. I'm sure there's gonna be books out there as soon as I make this video and I post this video for you guys, there's gonna be books that I leave off of this list. It doesn't mean I'm not excited about them. It just means I either A, didn't know about them, or B, I was like having a blonde moment. These are just 21 books that I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, there's gonna be more as the year goes on. Starting in January, we have January 14th, Lucky Caller by Emma Mills. And this is when Nita decides to take a radio broadcasting class her senior year. She expects it to be a walk in the park. Instead, it's a complete disaster. Members of Nina's haphazardly formed radio team have approximately nothing in common. And to maximize the awkwardness, her group includes Jamie, a childhood friend she hoped to basically avoid for the rest of her life. Also on January 14th, we have Love Her or Lose Her, the second book in the Hot Hammered series by Tessa Bailey. Rosie and Dominic Vega are the perfect couple, high school sweethearts, best friends, madly in love. Well, they used to be anyway. Now Rosie's lucky to get a caveman grunt from the ex-soldier every time she walks in the door. Dom is faithful and a great provider, but the man she fell in love with 10 years ago is nowhere to be found. Sad. Releasing on January 23rd is The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. I have been anticipating this for so long, you guys. It's Livy's 40th birthday and tonight she's having a party she's been planning for a long time. The only person missing will be her daughter Marnie, but Livy has a secret she's been keeping from Adam, her husband, until the party is over. Because how can she tell him that although she loves Marnie, she's glad their daughter won't be there to celebrate with her? Sounds crazy. Now we're moving on to February. On February 4th, Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. And this is yes. Jamie Goldberg is cool with volunteering for his local state Senate candidate as long as he's behind the scenes. No, Maya Rieman's having the worst Ramadan ever. Her best friend is too busy to hang out. Her summer trip is canceled. And now her parents are separating. And maybe so. Going door to door isn't glamorous, but maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. After all, the polls are getting closer, and so are Maya and Jamie. Looks so cute. February 6th, Heartstopper Volume 3 by Alice Osman is coming out. So excited for this. And this volume will see the Heartstopper gang go on a school trip to Paris. Not only are Nick and Charlie navigating a new city, but also telling more people about their relationship and learning more about the challenges each other are facing in private. Ooh, that sounds very cool. On the 11th of February, Dead to Her by Sarah Pembroke is coming out. I've loved one of her books and I've hated one of her books. So let's see. I hope I love this one. Being the second wife can be murder. Once a cheat, always a cheat, they say. Marcy Maddox has worked hard to get where she is after the illicit affair that started her new life a few years ago. But her world of country clubs, yachts, and houses in Savannah, Georgia isn't easy to maintain no matter how hard she tries, nor is keeping her husband Jason truly interested. Wow, that sounds interesting. March, I have two that come out on the 3rd. Let's see. we'll go with The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver. Loved One Day in December by her, so hoping I love this one just as much. Lydia and Freddie and Lydia. They've been together for more than a decade, and Lydia thought their love was indestructible, but she was wrong. On her 28th birthday, Freddie died in a car accident. So now it's just Lydia, and all she wants to do is hide indoors and sob until her eyes fall out. But Lydia knows that Freddie would want her to try to live fully, happily, even without him. So enlisting the help of his best friend Jonah and her sister Elle, she takes her first tentative steps into the world, open to life, and perhaps even love again. Then something inexplicable happens that gives her another chance at her old life with Freddie. A life where none of the tragic events of the past few months have happened. So that just sounds really cool. Also on March 3rd, The June Boys by Courtney Stevens comes out. And this is about a serial kidnapper. The Gemini thief could be anyone. And it's a serial kidnapper who takes 3 boys and holds them captive from June 1st to June 30th of the following year. The June boys endure 13 months of being stolen, hidden, observed, and fed before they are released unharmed by their masked captor. The thief is a pro, having eluded authorities for nearly a decade and taken at least 12 boys. Now, Thea has reason to believe the Gemini thief took a 13th victim, her cousin, but the game changes when one of the kidnapped boys turns up dead. So that just looks and sounds super creepy. Moving on to March 24th, we have The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. So you know I'm excited about that, considering I had 3 of their books in my top books of 2019. Carly Douglas has worked for home remodeling and design gurus Melissa and Rusty Tripp for nearly a decade. A country girl at heart, Casey started in their very first store at 16, and more than anyone would suspect has helped them build an empire. With a new show and a book about to launch, the Tripps are on the verge of superstardom. There's only one problem. America's favorite couple can't stand each other. Coming out on March 31st, this is kind of lower down on my priority list, but Imagine Me by Tahara Mafi comes out. It's the 6th in the expanded Shatter Me trilogy. It's the explosive finale to the Shatter Me series, and obviously, if you know about Shatter Me, you know what happens, and she kind of continued the original trilogy, and I don't want to give too much away about that. Now moving on to April, we have Samantha Downing's second book, He Started It, which I'm not loving the cover of, but Beth, Portia, and Eddie Morgan haven't all been together in years, and for very good reasons. We'll get to those later, but when their wealthy grandfather dies and leaves a cryptic final message in his wake, the siblings and their respective partners must come together for a cross-country road trip to fulfill his final wish, and more importantly, secure their inheritance. Love a good road trip story. So excited about this. I'm thinking it's going to be a little twisty, a little crazy. So I'm looking forward to that one. In May, Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett comes out. I should stop saying I'm excited and looking forward to these, because obviously that's what this is about. Sometimes to find the good, you have to embrace the bad. Budding photographer Josie St. Martin has spent half her life with her single mother, moving from city to city. When they return to her historical New England hometown years later to run the family bookstore, Josie knows it's not forever. Her dreams are on the opposite coast, and she has a plan to get there. Just gonna leave it at that. And then I am so surprised I have not heard more people talking about this book. I just don't know if they're like forgetting about it or what's going on, but the prequel to the original series of, or trilogy of The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, yes, comes out May 19th. And I am really pumped about it. It revisits the world of Pan Am 64 years before the events of the Hunger Games, starting on the morning of the reaping of the 10th Hunger Games. Guys, I am so excited about this, and I am shocked I have not heard more people talking about it. On June 2nd, I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick releases. When Annie arrives in a small Hamptons village for a summery nanny gig, she has high hopes for a fresh start, but what she finds is the community on edge after the disappearance of Zanny Spanos, a local girl who's been missing since New Year's Eve. Anna bears an eerie resemblance to Zoe, and her mere presence in the town stirs up still raw feelings about the unsolved case. As Anna delves deeper into the mystery, stepping further and further into Zoe's life, she becomes increasingly convinced that she and Zoe are connected and that she knows what happened to her. June 23rd, Take a Hint, Dani Brown. It's the second book in the Brown Sisters series. Danica Brown knows that she wants professional success, academic renown, and an occasional roll in the hay to relieve all that career-driven tension. But romance, been there, done that, burned the t-shirt. Romantic partners, whatever their gender, are a distraction at best and a drain at worst. So Dani asks the universe for the perfect friend with benefits, someone who knows the score and knows their way around the bedroom. So sounds really good. Moving on to July. On July 7th, we have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. You guys know I love some Riley Sager, so of course I'm looking forward to this one. A woman returns to the house made famous by her father's best-selling horror memoir. Is the place really haunted by evil forces, as her father claimed, or are there more earthbound and dangerous secrets hidden within its wall? What was it like living in that house? So I don't want to give away any more, but you know it's Riley Sager. You know I'm looking forward to it. I hope it has like creepy house vibes, creepy story, bumps in the night, keeping me on the edge of my seat. July 7th comes Burn Our Bodies Down, the newest book by Rory Power. And there's not too much about it on Goodreads, but if you scroll to the bottom, Roy herself put content warnings and like a little update about the book. So if you go to her website, it says, ever since Margaret was born, it's just been her and her mother. No answers to Margaret's questions about what came before. No history to hold on to. No relative to speak of. Just the two of them stuck in their rundown apartment struggling to get along. But that's not enough for Margaret. She wants family, she wants a past, and she just found the key she needs to get it. A photograph pointing her to a town called Faline, pointing her home. Only when Margaret gets there, it's not what she's bargained for. Now, at the bottom of that, there's trigger and content warnings, fire, emotional abuse by a parent, including gaslighting, familia and generational abuse, non-consensual pregnancy, note no sexual assault or rape, body horror, some gore and blood, death, and I think that's all that's on there right there. But yeah, she kind of goes into details. So I think that's amazing, number one, that the author took the time to do that and post that. So like, thank you. On July 9th, Loveless by Alice Osman comes out, and I haven't read too much from her. I have one book on my TBR shelf to read from her this year, and of course I love Heartstopper. This is the fourth novel by her, one of the most authentic and talked about voices in contemporary YA. Georgia feels loveless in the romance sense anyway. She's 18, never been in a relationship or even had a crush on a single person in her whole life. She thinks she's an anomaly, people call her wild, and she feels a little broken, but she still adores romance, weddings, fan fiction, and happily ever after. She knows she'll find her person one day, right? Love it. So cute. And I want all of these like cute covers of hers. They're so cute. August, I don't have anything for right now, but I'm sure that will change. September, the only thing I have is the newest Teen Titans comic by Cami Garcia and Gabriella Piclio. Guys, if you haven't read Raven, you need to get on it. I love the color palette of it. And also, if you go to the illustrator's Instagram, there's a link to his Spotify, and there's playlists, you guys. Yeah, so this is the backstory of Beast Boy, and I'm a Beast Boy fan, guys. I love like Raven and Beast Boy are my favorites, I think. I don't know, it's so hard to choose. Okay, in October, again, a little bit lower down on my like anticipated list, just probably because it has no cover and there's not really like a synopsis or anything like that. And it's also a new series by Marie Lu, but it's called Sky Hunter, and that's all I know. I know absolutely nothing about it, but I did like Warcross by Marie Lu, and I do have Wild Card to read. So maybe I'll like that one. November, I don't have anything, but the last book that I wanted to talk to you guys about is The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher. There is absolutely no cover, and the only thing it says in the synopsis is coming soon. The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher will be available December 29th, 2020. So that's all we have. But I'm hoping it's another good thriller like Bad Mommy. But anyway, those are the books that I'm really looking forward to in 2020. Like I said, it is not an exhaustive list. There's a couple of other books. Let me see which other ones I have on my want to read. Heart Principle, the Kiss Quotient third book in the series by Helen Wong, isn't set to release until 2021. Let's see what else. Morgan Matson is supposed to come out with a book this year, but there's no date, there's no cover. Let's see. Colleen Hoover, there won't be a new book from her until 2021. And like I said, Malibu Burning, there's no date, but I can't wait. But yeah, those are all of the books. Let me know which one you're most excited about out of my list for me to like read and talk about. Let me know if any of these are on your most anticipated list. Let me know some that are on your most anticipated list. Like, let's just talk all of the new fun books that we're going to be reading in 2020. I just can't wait. Like, literally, I'm so excited about 99.9% of these. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.